Hi friends, let's start with our 50 SQL query interview questions part 1. So basically in this video we will see all the major SQL queries that are being asked. So this is part 1 of the video where I will cover the basic queries and then I will move on to advanced ones. So let's start. Okay, first question is write a SQL query to fetch first name of a worker table using alias name as worker name. So there is a concept of alias in SQL, and what is it uh, like I have a worker table where I have first name, middle name, last name, and some other columns are present there, and I want only the first name of the worker, but in the display I want to display it as a worker name, not the heading of that column. I want to be worker name and not as first name. So what I will do, I will write the code as select first name as worker name from worker. So worker is the table name here. Basically what we need to know is that alias is a functionality which allows us to rename the rename the column name in the results. Okay. Next question is write a SQL query to fetch first name from worker table in uppercase. So there is a function upper and lower in SQL by which we can change the names. We can change the format of the name. Like if there is a name Akash where I have written A as capital and the rest is in small case, then what it will do, if I select upper first name from worker, then all the characters of the name will be in uppercase. Same way if I give it as lower, select lower first name, then what it will do, it will give all the characters as lowercase. There is one more upper, lower, and one more is there init cap. So what it means, init cap means initial cap. So if I have a name like Akash Balyan. So here the initials of the name will be in capital. So A of Akash and B of Balyan will be in capital. Next is write a SQL query to fetch unique values of department from worker table. So what we need to do here is we need to use a distinct function, select distinct department from worker. So it will give all the distinct values of the department in the worker table. Next question is write a SQL query to find a position of the alphabet A in the first column Amitabh from worker table. Okay. So here we have given the like the value of the first column, the first name, that is Amitabh. So what we need to know is where is this small a? What is the position of this small a in this name? So what is the query? Select in string instr we will use. So in string the column and comma, after that we need to give the character that we need to find from worker where first name is equal to whatever the name has been given. So what it will give? It will give the position of that. So here in this case this position of small a will be 1 2 3 4 5. So it will give the result as 5. Okay, and one more thing we need to note here is that the in-string method is case sensitive by default. So if I would have given as capital A here in in-string function, then it will give me answer as 1, whereas I have given small a, then it will give me 5. So this is often asked that in-string is a case sensitive or not, so it's a case sensitive. Okay, next. Write a SQL query to print the first three characters of a first name of the worker table. So what we will use here, we will use substring function. So what substring? Okay, there are two functions, in-string and substring. Some students may get confused in both. So in-string will give the position of the character, whereas substring will give the like sub part of the complete string, some small subset of that complete string. So what substring will do, in substring you will pass the string like the column from which you want to extract, then the starting position, then the ending position. This is how it will work. So if you can see in the first query, the select substring first name comma 1 comma 3 from worker. So what it will do, starting from first position to third position, it will give the all the first names from the worker table. then to print the name starting from third character. So in the last query, what you seen that we had to start it from first position and up to third position. If we want to start from third position, then what I will do, in place of 1 I will write 3, and if I want to write the name up to end, then I will not give any end position to it. Automatically it will go up to the end of the character string, and up to that it will print. So if we want starting from third character, so I will give only the starting, that will be 3, and ending I will not give. What if I have to print the last 3 characters, then I will give -3. Like what -3 means, only the last 3 characters of that string. If someone asks you to print only the last 5, then you will give -5 only. Okay. And one more thing is, in Oracle, substring is sub str is used in place of substring. So the code given here is SQL Server and MySQL will use substring, whereas Oracle use sub str. Okay. There are some more tricky questions based on substring that we can learn in later videos also. Like this is basic, where you need to know the syntax of substring. That what substring does is that substring will take an input as a string, okay, and then the first position, the last position, and it will return the value. If you don't want to give the last position, then just give the first position and it will go up to the end. If you don't want to give the first position, then give the, like, how many characters you want to print from the last. So it will use a minus value, and like my last 4 characters, then -4, like this it will do. There is a tricky question I remember that is asked about substring, is like there are names, there is a name column in a student table, where we have name of the students, and the names are like, they have the surnames also with them, like Nilesh Chok, Akash Balyan, Sunny Aroda, like this are there. So what we need to do, we need to give only the we need to print only the surnames in the result. So how you will use the substring function to print the surname? If anyone knows, then comment in the comment box. Otherwise, I will tell in the next video how that will be done. Okay, next question is, write a SQL query to print the first name from worker table after removing white spaces from the right hand. So here comes the role of rtrim and ltrim function. What rtrim means? Rtrim means trim from the right side, and ltrim means trim from the left side. So what it does basically, when I have a char type of variable, where the length of the char is 10, but the input that I give, like I give the name as Aman, so Aman will take only four characters, and the rest will be spaces, padded by spaces. So when my output is there, I want to remove all the spaces from it. So what I will do, I will rtrim it, or I best way to, whenever you have to match some values, some character values, you should always use ltrim rtrim before comparing two different variables that are in string. So this is the best practice to compare two variables, that you should always use ltrim rtrim, because there could be white spaces before or after the names, like before or after the strings. Okay, next question. Next is, write a SQL query that fetches the unique values of department from worker table and print its length. So here comes the length function. What it does, it will print the length of the character string that is given in the length function. So the query is, select distinct department length, and in that we will give the department from worker. So what it will do, it will print all the department names. So why we use distinct here? Because like there will be many instances of department, because like in the worker table, if we imagine the table, what it will be, that worker name, worker salary, worker department. This is the basic uh, table worker, where I have the name, salary, and department. So if I have 50 workers, and department would be maximum, I say 5 departments are there. So those 5 will be repeated 50 times. Like in all the 50 rows, those 5 only will be repeated. So if I don't select the distinct, then the value will be department will be displayed 50 times. That's why I need to select distinct. So it will give only 5 rows as the output if 5 distinct value of department are there. So select distinct department, then length of department. So if the department is HR, admin, so admin, what's the length of admin? 4, HR 2. So what are the number of characters present in there? It will give the length as it is. Next is write a SQL query to print the first name from worker after replacing small a with caps A. So what it will do, it will use a replace function which will replace, it takes the input as a like the field, the column which on which replace needs to be performed. Then you need to give which character you want to replace and with what character you want to replace. That will be given after that. So if I want to replace small a with cap A, then I can give it. So how it is used, somewhere if you say that you have written a document, you might have seen this replace function in our Microsoft Word also, where what we can do from the complete document, if I I write a book where I noted in the end that okay, I have given the spelling of I given the spelling of spelling as wrong. Say in the spelling I have written as spelling, and but the actual was double L. So what I will do, wherever a single L is there, I will replace it with double L, or complete also I can give. So that's how it works. First name. So in that column, wherever a wrong value, wherever a small a would be there, it will replace it by capital A. Next is write a SQL query to print the first name and last name from worker table into a single column, complete name. The space char should separate them. Okay, so here concat function will be used. So what concat does, there if there are multiple columns in the table, using the concat function, you can join those columns. So concat function also behaves differently with different RDBMS. Like for SQL Server, MySQL, it behaves differently. There it can take multiple number of columns as input. Like here in the query, we can see select concat first name, comma, space, then last name. So the three variables are there in the concat function, and that will be as. So here complete name is given as the alias for this, whatever output is there for it, alias has been given as complete name from worker. So the output will be displayed, the header of the output will be complete name. Okay, but if you fire the same query in Oracle, it will give an error, because in Oracle concat function can take only two variables as input. So but here there are three. So what we do there, if we want to implement such a logic, then we use the concat operator, which is double pipe, and using that we can join any number of columns. So this thing you need to remember, that if you are using Oracle, then concat function will take only two variables, whereas in MySQL or SQL Server, it can take more than two variables also. Next is write a SQL query to print all worker details from worker table, order by first name ascending. So this is very basic. Select star from worker, order by the column name, whichever has been asked, and then ascending. ASC is for ascending and DESC for descending. Okay, next. Okay, next is write a SQL query to print details for workers with the first name as Vipul and Satish from worker table. Okay, so what the question is asking, that print all the rows where the first name is either Vipul or Satish. So how we will implement it? So if you have gone through my previous videos, there we learned the difference between and in, where I taught that how in functionality is used in SQL. So you can see the query select star from worker where first name in Vipul, comma Satish. So how it works, that in this in function, whatever values you will give, it will behave as or, and or you might have studied somewhere. So when I say and, that means all the values should be present, and when I say or, then any of these values is present, then it will display it. So in function behaves as or only. If I give here other names also, like with Vipul, Satish, I gave as Aman, Akhilesh, Nilesh, any name I give. So if the name is any of these, then it will display it in our results. Next is write a SQL query to print details of workers with department name as admin. So here we can use like function also. It depends on the interviewer, like if he asks you to use like also. So what's the query? Select like select star from worker where department name like admin. Then we use the percentile symbol. What does it mean? That the name could be administrator also, admins also, administ also, or any name which will start from admin, and after that there is some value. So that's why I gave a star, I gave a percent symbol. What it will do, it will check only the first five characters admin, then it will print in the result. Okay, like about like also, like in the previous videos um, I have told that there are two wild characters, one is percentile and one is underscore. So what underscore does is underscore will replace by one character. Like if I have given the name as underscore underscore m, so that means there are two characters and after that m should be present. Such a name, all the names which are in this format will be displayed. So one name is like Ram. So space underscore underscore and then m. So that's how it works. But if I have given as percentile and then m I have given, then in that case what it will do, all the names which are ending with m, there can be any number of characters there. It doesn't depend. So percentile is like any number of characters, whereas underscore is one underscore for one character. Let's go for next question. Write a SQL query to print details of workers whose first name contains a, okay, first name is the column name. Okay, so if it contains a, that means that it can be anywhere in between the string. So in the beginning also I will use percentile. That means that before a there can be any number of character and after a there could be any number of characters. Same way if they would have asked that a is present in the beginning of the string, so how we would have written it, that a and then percentile. So the beginning, the first percentile we would have not given, only a percentile if it's beginning from a. And same way if someone says that the name is ending with a, then the last percentile would not be used. Last character is a and before that we will use a single percentile. Okay, next is write a SQL query to print details of workers whose salary lies between 10,000 and 15. So here comes the concept of between, that we will use select star from worker where salary between 10,000 and 50,000. So all the salaries will be displayed which are between this. Next is write a SQL query to fetch the count of employees working in department admin. So this is very simple. Select count star from worker where department is equal to admin. There is a difference between count star and count one. If anyone knows, then ping me in the comment box. I will reply to this in next video. Next question is write a SQL query to print details of workers who joined in Feb 2014. So here select star from worker where year joining date is equal to 2014, month joining date is equal to 2. So there is a function in, it depends like which RDBMS you are using. If you are using if you are using SQL Server, then this will work. But if you are using Oracle, it will not work actually, because there is no such functionality where we can use this year joining date like this. So basically, a joining date is a date like 24th Feb 2015 like this. So from this, if I write year and in between that I write the column name, it will extract the year from that. If I write month, then it will extract the month. But in Oracle, how it works, in Oracle we use to char joining date and then we will give the format what we want. If we want the year, then we will give y. If we want month, then I will give mm. If I want date, then I will give dd, like this. Okay, and one other way to do is extract function we can use, and in the extract we can use year from the column, from which column you want to extract the year. So you had seen that in SQL Server we can directly write year and then, but here we need to use the function extract. So that's the difference between SQL Server and Oracle, how it works. And for month we need to write and dd for date. Next is write a SQL query to fetch the number of workers for each department in descending order. So here the query will be, so now what it is doing, it is doing the number of characters from each department. So each department means it will form the groups, that for every department I say if 20, 30, 40 workers are doing, so we are forming a group. So we will use a group by clause here. And how it will work, it will give select department count worker id as work number of workers from worker group by department. And then it says that it should be in descending order, then order by number of workers descending, DESC. Okay, next. Write a SQL query to print details of employees who are also managers. So this is a most common question that has been asked. So here, if we consider a table where we have employee ID, first name, last name, and manager ID there. So how we will display the employees who are also managers? We need to perform a self join. So how it will work? Select first name, last name from employees, where employee ID in select manager ID from employees. So what it will do, it will uh, fetch only those records where the employee ID is also been used as manager ID in some of the records. Okay, and uh, okay, next question is write a SQL query to fetch duplicate records of table. So duplicate record, how we can again, like duplicacy means for any particular primary key set there are multiple. So how we will identify anything, if you want to, if you are going on a grouping level, that for one thing I want to find multiple records, then definitely you have to use a group by function there. This is how we need to identify where we need to use group by and where don't. So wherever you need, you are querying something where on a particular ID you are looking for multiple rows, that means group by function will be there. So the query is select employee ID, employee name, count star from employee, group by employee ID, employee name. Even employee name was not required here actually, but just that like to make it more readable when the output would be there, it can be seen that okay, because employee ID will not give the exact idea that whose ID is there. So employee name would be there, then definitely like when the display would be there, I can directly see okay, for Michael there are multiple entries and it's duplicate. So group by employee ID, employee name having count star greater than 1. So the IDs, the employees for which there is only one entry there, the count will be 1 only, because for every id there is a grouping now. If there is id for which there are 4 entries, then the count star will be 4 for that, but for which there is only one entry, then it will be 1 only. So having function is used here, then out of those groups only the rows where count star is greater than 1 will be displayed. Next is write a SQL query to show only even rows from the table. So mode function is used where we need to find the even or odd. So if we divide something by 2 and it comes as 0, that means the row is even. So that's how it works. And if we need to find out the odd number of records, then I will give as the remain the after equal to I will give 1, that mode of worker id comma 2. If it gives 1, that means the record id is, the worker id is an odd number and it will be displayed. Next is write a SQL query to show the current date and time. So it depends from RDBMS different, that in MySQL it's a different way, SQL Server different, Oracle different. So in MySQL, select current cur date will give you the date, and if you want to see date and time, then you can write select now also. And in SQL Server it gives select get date. whereas in Oracle you need to write select sys date from dual. So this is a basic question, but it is also asked sometimes that how it will be written. For fresher level, at least it's important. Next is write a SQL query to clone a new table from another table. So there are different ways to do this. And in that also interviewers sometimes ask that you have to clone the table with the data, and sometimes it says that you just want to clone only the structure but not the data. So whenever interviewer asks not to clone the data, what we need to do is we need to give a where clause where we give the condition as 1 is equal to 0. What does it mean? That first the structure will be cloned, and when it will start putting the data also in the new table, then it will check for the condition that okay, if this condition satisfy, then it will move the data, otherwise not. So if I write 1 is equal to 0, that means the condition doesn't satisfy, and the query will be terminated there only. So only the structure will be created. So different ways to create this you can see there. Select star into worker clone from worker. So what it will do basically, it will select star from worker. Everything will be like stored somewhere, and then into worker clone. So it will be directly moved into the new table. And there's one more way to do this in MySQL, that create table name like the existing table. So it will create a new table which will be just a copy of the existing table. In Oracle there is a different way to do this, that is create table name as select star from worker. So this is a basic query, create table name as. So after that, what will be in the query? Select star from worker. So when we do a select star from worker, you can imagine the result. The result will be the complete table of with data of worker, and it will be stored in the new table, that is create table command. And if I don't want to store the data, what I will do after this select star from worker, I will give where 1 is equal to 0. So the data will be omitted and only the structure will be copied. Okay. Okay, that's all for this video. So this covered almost all the basic questions that are being asked. So an interviewer will first check your basics, and then he will move to the advanced questions. So thanks for watching this video, and please support our channel if you like the content. Mm, I would say like this, share this, and subscribe to our channel. And also, if you're preparing for some job interview, then you can try our few mock interview today to boost your confidence. Okay, thank you.